Thank you.
It's not the most unusual place to see a police officer.
Good morning. Can I get a cup of coffee?
In fact, it's quite ordinary. But these particular cops and these particular coffee-serving establishments are here for more than a good cup of joe. They're here to listen to you. It's called the Coffee with a Cop program, and it's one of the programs that fits into the police department's philosophy of community-oriented policing. The goal is to improve communication between the police department and the community.
It sort of goes back to the old-fashioned way of doing policing, really, and getting out of the police car and actually conversing with people and not waiting for them to call us for an emergency or a call for service.
Coffee shops have become kind of a venue to relax, hang out. It's very casual. Some people come and they just want to hang out with us. Other ones have specific concerns.
And those persons that they decided to move in a lot of people there. So it's like 13 or 15 people in there.
The police department also reaches out through its new community policing office located in the Franklin Center on the east side.
Over the course of many years of doing community-oriented policing projects, I found that we've often had the greatest success when we've taken that work out of the police department downtown and done it in the neighborhoods that we're trying to serve.
The department brings these services to where people live as a way to collaborate with residents.
I know what I think is important as a police officer as far as problems that need to be addressed. But not being someone that lives, for example, here on the east side, I might be out of touch with regard to specific issues that are really impacting the residents that live here. And so it's good to have that collaboration, and when we empower residents to help us set law enforcement priorities in the neighborhoods that they live in, we build on that relationship, and ultimately we better serve our public.
And so far, the neighborhood has welcomed the department's presence on the east side.
How you been?
All right. How are you?
How's business?
Oh, okay.
Being here and having them come in and say, hi, I didn't know you were here, or I come to look for you, and it's cool because now I know that they want to do something, they want to report things, and I think that it's a good thing for the community, and that they're looking for us.
Another program that the department uses to deliver services is through beat coordinators.
We are responsible for the quality of life issues, some of the problems that are not necessarily 911 right now calls, whether it's neighbors that are disputing over something that they need some help in mediating, or whether we have certain areas that just need more attention than others. We get calls and complaints that aren't first responder type calls, but calls that do need some attention.
And on the downtown beat, this attention in many cases involves our transient population.
One of the things that I do is I contact them. I know most of them, I know all their names, I know how long they've been here. When I see people I don't recognize, I go and introduce myself. I get their names, I get their pictures so they're in the system, so that I know who's in my area, I know who's in my beat. So when we get a call that says, somebody that looks like this, wearing this shirt, did that, I go, oh, I know who that is.
The beat coordinators communicate directly with business owners who serve as block captains to address issues.
So I say you can never call us too much, and also you can never email me too much, because it's, if you're having a problem, whether it's legal or not, maybe there's a transient that's bothering them that's panhandling in front, that's not illegal, right? It's a nuisance, it's loitering, but it's not illegal. But sometimes I can go talk to them and say, we need you to move along, the business is causing problems, can you move somewhere else? And then that's something that just solves the problem.
An increased police presence is part of the city's problem-solving strategy downtown, and a major component of that presence is the restorative policing program. Through this program, police officers, outreach specialists, and social service providers work as a team to connect chronically homeless individuals with the services they need, helping them to achieve self-sufficiency. The goal is to break the cycle of incarceration, citation, and addiction, and ultimately get people into housing.
None of these people really prefer to be living like that. There are just so many things that have gone wrong along the way, so many missteps, so many wrong turns, that it's difficult for them to unravel it.
And by the police department building upon these personal relationships established with downtown businesses, along with the East Side Community Policing Office and the Coffee with a Cop program, these connections are paying off.
It's awesome. Having the beat coordinator program reinstituted back onto the police force has been great, because what it does is it allows that beat coordinator or that police officer to really understand what's happening in that region. They get into it, they get the feel of the neighborhood, they get the feel of the area. They're there all the time, they get to know the people. It's definitely the best thing to have is to have a foot patrol on State Street.